heard this stuff yet. The bottom of the notes.
She forgot to do it.
Oh,
She bloody forgot to
Whoa, you were given one chance, one
do it.
opportunity to
You were
capture
saying
it, and you let it
we
slip.
were going to forget,
Dude.
and you
I
forgot.
don't believe
fell
that.
into tradition, and I looked at Ben, and he looked
Whoa.
at me.
Too late.
Hello there.
G'day there, podcaster.
Ah,
This is the bottom of the notes. The last one of these, and then we move on to a new thing next week.
but we might come back and do it again because we have a lot of weeks to fill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, who knows, really. We're recording these in November. Start of November. So we don't know what's happening next month.
1st of November at 11:28
Yes.
a.m.
We
What
are
were you
just-
doing that
Yeah,
day?
what were you doing then?
Tell us. Go back through your calendar and send us a screenshot.
What we need to do is we need to have 30 podcasts. So this is just one way of doing 30 podcasts. Whether we do 5, we might do 10. I don't know. I got one though from the bottom of the notes. This is more of just a question, and I thought we could just talk around it.
Discuss.
Yeah. Do you ever look at the person who's in the car next to you?
Oh, all the time.
No, absolutely not.
All the time.
Absolutely not. Never.
In fact, I sometimes when I'm looking at people and then if I can see that they've sort of seen me at the corner of my eye and then I'm like, I keep looking at them. I'm like, I'm looking at, that's right, I'm looking at you.
Never look at the person in the car next to you.
I think it's a fascinating area because we're all in cars and we're all driving on the roads. And so we're all in that situation where you get to the lights and then sometimes I will look, but then I realize I'm looking and then I know that person knows that I'm looking and I don't want them to feel threatened because I'm not looking at them in a menacing way. I just happen to look over. So then I almost want to wipe my window down and be like, I'm not threatening. And then so I don't obviously do that. But then also in reverse, sometimes I am at the lights and I can feel there's a big scary man looking at me. And I'm like,
Why are they looking at you, though?
I don't know. They just do. People just do because people are nosy. They look over.
I try and sometimes maybe like sense. I try and sense if they're looking or
Yeah.
not.
I just love the idea of you, like, just as you said, being like, it's okay, I'm a nice man. Like, I remember, so a pal of mine, I used to live with her. She's very into like positive affirmations and that sort of thing, and she sets herself little challenges. And like one of her things is she pays a stranger a compliment every day, which is nice. She's one of those types of people. So she'd be like, "I love your hat, sir," and she was like, "Oh, it's really
She used
nice."
to write that down to do that.
Yeah, but in my head, I was like, "I can't do that. I'll get pepper sprayed if I do that." If I
Oh,
go,
yeah.
"I like your skin, madam,"
Well, this
Don't
is.
say that.
do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can't. I can't walk up to strangers and be like, "I like that dress."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you
that's
can't.
creepy.
No,
Yeah,
it's very
creepy.
different.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But on the idea of looking at people to the right and left of you, that's what we've covered off. I don't know if you guys do this. When I'm in traffic, I'll do a sneaky one. I'll look in the rear view and just really square someone up behind me.
They can't really see that.
I know.
can
That's
they?
why it's so good because they'll never know. Because especially with the
so,
tint
like-
and the glare, and I'm like, "What are you doing over there? You eating
Yeah.
some chips, are you?" I really look. I'm a big rear vision.
So what do you
guy.
do then if you pull up next to someone and you look over? Let's take the revision out of the equation. You look over. What if they look over? There's a bit of eye contact.
We might fall in love. You know, who knows?
So
Run
that-
away
that
together
doesn't
with Tony, the
seem-
truck driver.
That doesn't seem like something you would do. I feel like you.
No, I
would
would
be a
divert.
nice
I would
forward
divert.
kind of
If
guy.
they saw
No,
me
you do
looking,
like a
I'd be
weird like
"Ruff, ruff."
smile.
Yeah, you
on
do
the
like a weird
wave.
awkward wave or something.
I do that
no,
sometimes if it's like a kid looking at you. You know, there's like a kid in the back and they're
Yeah.
looking at you, and you just go,
Yeah.
"Hello, hi there."
I remember riding my.
Okay, well that's
Fuck
probably going to
kids.
need to be edited. That's
Flashing children.
Not
okay.
kids.
That's well.
kids, and
I
it's a
was
joke,
talking
I
about
don't.
children.
I
I know.
remember riding my bike home once on Gawler Road, which was 110.
Ew.
It's crazy. 110. And I used to ride my bike on it, my push bike. and, and I remember riding home from Two Wells, and I was almost home. And I remember a car drove past. It was a white full drive, and the car was full, but there was, I'll never forget this, there was a man in the back where, you know, like if you have a 7-seater, there's those back seats.
Yeah.
There was a man in the 7th seat, and he pulled a face at me. And I remember I rode home so fast because I was like so scared.
That's
And
not
I
like
remember,
you.
yeah, I know. And I was like, well, I was quite young. I was like 10.
Oh, okay.
And I was so
You
scared.
were
'cause
10 riding a bike at
he
110.
he made a scary face at me. And I was like, I was
What's
horrified.
scary?
It was like
Ooh,
put
like
his
a
hand-
tongue
Do you know
out.
what?
Like,
This actually reminded me of
and then
this-
just really quickly. And then another time I got scared was when I went out. I remember I was probably 7 or 8. I was living in Lewiston at the time, so I know I was definitely at least 7. and I went to go check the mailbox when you used to do that. And I went to go check the mailbox, and a car pulled up as I went to the mailbox. And I had the fear of God in me. I was like, I'm going to be kidnapped. I'm about to be kidnapped. The car pulled up. Just gravel on the side of the road. So it had that. I was like, oh my God. I had the moment of like, I'm gone. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I think I might have actually froze because I was like quite young at the time. And I was like, oh, that's it. I'm going to be kidnapped. And it was just the mailman because the properties are so big. They used to drive cars. So they would pull over, deliver the mail, and drive. So it was just the mailman stopping to deliver.
What did he drive? A freaking Commodore?
Because
like,
I was
not
literally
an Australian Post.
No, it was driving like a Commodore. And because I was going to the mailbox and he was going to the mailbox, and it just happened to be that he pulled up right as I was going to the mailbox. I was like, I'm going to be kidnapped.
I actually, the last podcast I listened to, was a poor girl who got taken as she arrived home and checked the mailbox, and then a car pulled up and actually took her. She was found headless.
No,
and a hand.
Do you think that person was? Do you think that was specifically targeted at her, or was just they were looking for somebody?
They were actually after her sister, and they got her confused because she really looks like her sister. So
I don't want to. You can listen to true crime if you want. This is not a space for true crime.
And it's what they did was they actually kept calling the house saying, "I want the sister now" instead of this girl.
Oh no, like ransoming her.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Ransoming him.
And then
ransoming.
Help for ransom.
Ransoming. You can say ransoming. They were ransoming her.
I think they were just holding her for ransom.
If there was a voice like one of those things on, and then
hang on,
there was. No, he disguised his voice, and then in one call he forgot to disguise his voice. So
if there was a bit of a, have you got that button there, Ben? Right, hello. Nah.
No, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, here we go. Just gonna hit the ransom button.
Oh, it only works for the telephone.
On the phone line.
Only works on the phone line.
Well, if someone called up with that one of those filters on, and they said, "I'm holding your kid's ransoming," I'd know it's Ben.
Ransoming?
Because that's it. He's the only person who says it like that.
I'm ransoming your kids.
You're like, all right, Ben, I'm just going to come over to your house, dude. Like, if you want money, just ask me. Like, you're just in Glen Iris.